Welcome to Ask the Doctor. I'm Dr. David DeRose. Your questions are what we're interested in and giving you answers. We're going to Rochelle's question from Washington State. Here it is. I've been hearing a lot of talk about the possible health risks of soy consumption. Is it safe to eat tofu and other soy foods? Great question, Rochelle. As I speak around the country, I'm often hearing questions about soy. Is it safe? Is it harmful? Is it something that I can include in my diet and have it work for me? Actually, if you look at the medical research literature, the overwhelming consensus in the medical community, as far as published literature, is that soy is a generally healthful food. Now, having said that, there's always the occasional person that has an intolerance or a frank allergy to any kind of food, even healthy foods. And so soy, because it is so prevalent today in the American diet, is actually something that we do see not unoccasionally. In other words, we do see a fair number of people that come to us with some intolerance or some frank allergy to soy. Many of you are saying, what do you mean? Soy is so prevalent in our diets. Soy is used in so many sources. It's used as a filler, even in meat products. It's used in baking. If you look at ingredients, you're going to often find that somewhere hidden on there, even if you don't see it mentioned, maybe there's some vegetable oil and it's from a soy source. Maybe there's lecithin and it's from soy. So here's simply the point. If you have a problem with any particular food, no matter how healthy the medical literature says it is, it's something you need to avoid. It's true of soy as well. What about some of the specific concerns about soy? One of the things that's been on the radar screen for a long time is women who've had a history of breast cancer. Is soy something that they need to avoid, or is it something they can use? The most recent data is suggesting that soy is safe, even in that situation. Soy actually does have estrogenic compounds. I know some of you men now are getting very worried, but these are very weak estrogens. In fact, things that you're eating, estrogenic compounds that may be coming in the animal products that may be still in your diet, are much more estrogenic than anything in the soy. In fact, these estrogenic compounds in the soy are sometimes even considered anti-estrogens. Think about it this way. Because they're a weak estrogenic compound, we call it a phytoestrogen or plant estrogen, it actually blocks the receptors in your cells that would be stimulated by those stronger estrogens. So a woman, during her reproductive years, relatively high levels of estrogen in her blood, those weaker soy estrogens actually decrease the impact of estrogen in the body. And some of the research shows that women who from a very early age have eaten lots of soy actually have lowered risks of breast cancer as a result. Women, as they get into the menopausal years, often can find benefit in decreasing menopausal symptoms by incorporating more soy. And for those of us men, soy has been shown in many studies to be associated with significantly lower cholesterols than animal products. Some of the early research in the 80s looked at skim milk protein, compared it with soy protein, and found that if your diet is based around milk products, you're going to have a much higher cholesterol level than if you're including soy as the primary foundation for your protein source. So soy has a lot going for it, unless you're allergic to it. Soy is generally a good food, and that's the answer to your question on today's edition of Ask the Doctor. Again, I'm Dr. David DeRose. If you want to write to us, send us an email, contact us simply, ask@lifeandhealth.org.